Test. I can hear you. You can hear me. We can hear everybody. Test.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. Just took us forever. I want to see if it's actually streaming. At this point, there'll be nobody watching because they'll be like, why? Nope, they're there.
Monroe Central takes a 30.
We'll go live. Oh, we got a minute 25. We're on, by the way, probably. It says we're live, so whatever. I know they can hear us, but we've had such a terrible night, so on our technical difficulties, but be lucky if anybody's watching. Go ahead and see if you can get that camera set up to where you're actually getting in there.
That was my bad. I got caught watching there instead of actually
zoom.
running
Yeah, you might zoom in just a little bit.
You tell me where it's good.
That's pretty good. The actual camera doesn't look like it's getting a very good picture.
No, it looks a little blurry on this end, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Push the buttons.
Take it off there and hand it back to me again. All right, Warrior fans, if any of you are out there, and I'll switch over. This one's going to be a quick one tonight. Major difficulties. Yeah, it looks like we've got 58 actually over there. So
Anyway, with us.
They stuck with us. We appreciate all of you sticking with us. One part of dealing with these types of things and not being professionals is that there are going to be a lot of nights we just don't know. And tonight was a situation where A lot of things went wrong on the technical side of things beyond just internet, and we were unable to be here for you for the first 3 quarters. I don't know pretty much what happened because I worked the entire 3 quarters to figure out how we could get the camera and all the audio to finally sync and show up. But I do know this, it's 52-30, and it's not going our way. Coach, you watched a little bit of it.
Yes.
What could you give us that would be the keys right now?
Well, their guards have played extremely well tonight. Both the coach's boys, Jackson and Josiah, and also Luke Jones. So I don't have their stats right now, but I can tell you I know that Jackson has shot the ball extremely well. He's been a mismatch problem for us all night. So Coach McLaughlin and the coaching staff has tried different things. We've been in a zone.
Yeah.
We've gone man, and every time we've gone man,
And there's Zach Todd just off a little bit on that one. So really it's just been how well they've played.
Yes, that's been it tonight. And here we are really this late there in the third. We're trying to kind of pick up the tempo here, which
try to cause some havoc with this defense.
Yeah.
And I wondered if they'd get Zach Todd right there kind of reaching over.
Wes-Del foul on number 32, Zach Todd.
So that's been the story. I do know that the little bit that I saw, it seemed like every time I looked up, a Monroe Central kid was hitting a shot, and they've shot the ball well. And a lot of credit to Monroe Central. I think they're a pretty solid basketball team, and I think that their good shooting is what gave them this 22-point lead now.
Yes, absolutely. They when you got guards that can make plays and get other people's shots too, it just makes the game a lot easier.
Absolutely. Here's Jesus over to Carson Ashley. He's up with it, just off, and the rebound is to Monroe Central. And here comes Allum with it. I'm gonna have to use your program here because I gotta get myself set for at least give these people 1 quarter of basketball. And there's Carlos trying to handle things as that one's kicked over, and that is Luke Jones. And there's Allum with it. A lot of pressure now coming from the Warriors as they're trying to get something started and get back into this thing. There, it looked like he traveled almost, but nothing there. And 2 more, and that was, I believe that was number 30, Landon Patterson. Dowling has it and kicks it into the Todd father, goes up, and he's got a foul. Fouls are 8-7, so both teams in the bonus. As I'm trying to sort things out for you, and it's 54-30. Zach Todd at the line to shoot 2. First one's up, and it is good. Defensively, we've probably not been able to do the Fury too much with as good as their guards are, right, Coach?
Yeah, that's correct. He's mixed it up a little bit with our 3-2 zone and also a little bit of man switching. So,
second one from Zach can't get in there. And now we're going to see Jones with it now, and that's over to Josiah Allum. So you've got Allum, Jones. 24 right there is Gavin Smithson. Or no, I'm trying to look at our roster here. Oh, there's a nice play there, though, but that's Joel Kennedy. And I think we got a timeout on the floor, so 56-31. See if we've got a full timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay with you here because we haven't been with you for the first 3 quarters. So, Coach, we got a lot of time here to fill in 1 quarter. We were not able to talk to Officer Stafford, who looks better than anyone in Brown, and he has it on again tonight. I really don't know what else to say other than we apologize for the technical difficulties, but we don't know how we could have. I don't know. All I can say is I don't know.
Yeah, well, you set it up the same 24 hours ago today.
24 hours ago, I set it up exactly the same.
Yeah.
I get here tonight, set it up, and it won't read the camera feed. And without the camera feed, we can't get anything. Then it won't read the audio feed. Long story short, no one will understand, and I don't think I understand. I installed the same driver 4 times. And the 4th time, somehow it worked. So the one thing about Wes-Del is we don't give up, and we didn't give up. Here we are, Coach. We stuck with it. Hopefully our boys can not give up here in the last 6 and try to get back in this thing, claw back into it down 25. There's Harlan with it on the attack, and that's knocked away by Kennedy, and now Allum has it. Now they're going to get, I bet you they get Jesus there.
Wes-Del foul on number 34. Jesus.
I don't know if we'll have anybody after, and understandably so. I mean, I know we won't have Coach. He's going to the radio tonight, so we'll see who we have, if we have a player or not, but maybe we'll get Stafford to talk to him after the game. Allum's first one is off. And here's Harlan over to downtown Dowling. He puts it on the floor, and it gets tipped out. And that's into the hands of Jackson Allum. Jackson Allum brings it up. Now that's Josiah Allum with it. Pretty nice evening, pretty nice crowd.
Yes, real good crowd tonight.
Warrior fans always come out, especially when I think we probably sold all our tickets.
It's a sold-out game.
It's a social distance sellout.
Yeah. 2020 sellout.
Carlos right there. I'm telling you what, he was walling up right there. Like, they're just going to run some clock here. Coach Allum says, we've got the lead. We know that they're powerful offensively. Let's run some clock. And there goes Jones. And he loses it out of bounds. And somehow that remains with Monroe Central. And in my eyes, and here comes Mason Cox in for Carlos Artiega. In my eyes, it looked like it was off of the Monroe Central.
Yeah, I agree.
Ball handler there. I will say this. I know if I had been watching, I'd probably be frustrated because I think Coach has been upset with some of the officiating tonight.
Yeah,
I know one in particular he's not happy with.
Yeah.
Here comes Mason over to try to help. They're going to get a travel there.
It's a great job of Mason Cox just come over and
just help out a little bit.
Yes.
Cause that travel, and here we go. We got Harlan. We need to launch them from downtown at this point, so we need some threes to go in to get into this thing. Nice behind the back dribble. Almost lost it, though, and I think he did, but
looks like it's going to stay with us.
I think that, yeah, I'll take it, but I think that one may have, Monroe Central might be able to say, hang on for a second.
That works itself out.
Landon Patterson's back in for Monroe Central, and that's into Dowling, and that's off. Our shots are not falling tonight. It's one of those nights for us where it looked like he carried that, but why call it? I mean, come on, guys. And Jackson Allum with it. I believe he's their quarterback, or was their quarterback. I think he's a senior now. I may be wrong. I don't know. Look at that thing. Everything's rolling in.
Yes.
58-31 now, about 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go. This MEC matchup, always a rival in all sports, is Monroe Central. Nice pass from Joel Dowling. Excellent pass into Mason Cox to see that. And that's going to be an and one, and Mason's at the line with a chance here. That was a beautiful pass.
Yes, great catch by Mason, too, underneath the rim, and being able to finish that and get the foul.
Carson Ashley now in the ballgame, and Jesus is going to come out. Coach is trying to ask Jesus a question there. Mason can't quite get that one. And now here comes Monroe Central. Trying to get that inside. Nice little move, up and under. And off, and there's Mason Cox with a big board. Here comes Dowling. Getting a screen from Mason. Over to Zach Todd. Josiah Allum picks the pocket, and then Dowling picks it right back. And that's going to go back to Wes-Del. And Coach Allum wants to know how that wasn't a foul. on Dowling here, I guess. I don't know. Feel a little out of sorts now, don't you, Coach?
Yes, yeah.
Just a little out of sorts.
Yeah.
Nice take by Eric. Just try, when you don't get things going, this isn't going to be our best effort, folks, because when you don't get things going and the level of frustration I had, I appreciate the way you handled that. You didn't even want to talk to me. You just wanted to stay away from me.
Hey, I know my role.
I can't stand it when this technology doesn't work. It drives me nuts.
I couldn't be any help there, so no need to
I didn't know what was going on. Somehow it just decided to work. They take a 30-second timeout for Monroe Central. We're not going to take a timeout because we took 3 quarters off, so we'll stay here with you. 58-33. Just to give you basically an update back, we never were ahead in this one, were we?
No, actually we were down early quick. Coach McGolfin had to take,
I think it was 9-0.
Yeah, a couple early timeouts.
So if you were at home, you didn't miss much because it was straight 9-0 run to start the game, and since then Monroe Central has never not led this basketball game. So from start to finish, we don't want it to be finished, but with 2:54 left, we'd be realistic here. It has been controlled by Monroe Central. And that one didn't draw iron.
No, a little short.
That's the best way to put it. Just a little short. Use some legs. And then that one is, you go from airballing it to perfect.
Yeah.
Coach Van Mater's to our left, our strength coach. He came to do the camera, I think, and when he got here, he was like, I'm going nowhere near that. He looks like Mr. Mealy's about to lose his mind. So he's decided to just spectate tonight and support. There's Mason. Take it to the hole, Mason. Keep taking it. They got to call something. There they did. We had this crew before. And I didn't like them. I like them personally. I just didn't like their.
It's been a physical game tonight too, which sometimes I feel like those are the hardest ones to officiate. Because as coaches, you want every foul.
Yeah.
And both teams are pretty physical.
Carlos coming in for Zach Todd, who we've talked about. We didn't mention it in length, but it's a great time to tell everybody. He is probably more banged up than you realize, folks, and he's out there pushing through it. And there's the second one.
Yeah, and we picked up a couple banged up players tonight. I know Eric was out for a few minutes with trainer Tony Cox and also Evan Weitzel as well, who's actually still currently out right now.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Weitzel
was out, and he's sitting over there on this bench. So, and there's nothing there. Nothing there, but Greg's got one.
Wes-Del foul on number 10, Eric Harlan.
Harlan gets called there. It's 59-35, and I guess that's from what I'm hearing from Coach Wilson down there. It is actually Gavin Bricciago. I guess. No, hey, I apologize at home if I'm doing that wrong, if I'm saying that one wrong. I might, but I didn't have that. I had Smithson on the roster, but. Oh, we threw that one. Oh, Carson saved it, though. Nice take. Really wanted that. Here comes Monroe Central pushing it. And that's Allum for three. So previously I did think we might have Coach Dowling up with us. So he may still be up, and there's a foul. And here's Coach. He's going to get the young guys in. They had a heck of a night last night, scoring in their first varsity game. The C-team guys would be Price, Rooker, and Freeman. They're going to come in here. Harlan hits that one. And let's see who stays and who goes. Looks like Freeman's going in for the shooter. Mason Cox is coming out. And Corbin Price is trying to figure out exactly who he's getting. And it's Jesus Cardozo. Second one up here for Eric is just short, and Monroe Central will take care of things here. 63-36. And we will do everything we can to see maybe if we can get the game tape from the staff. They do their taping of the game. Nice pass there by Allum for two more. See if we can get their tape, maybe load it up on our YouTube. I can speak for Coach. I know he's going to tell me. He's going to say, I don't think you want it. I say, well, the folks at home still want to see him. I understand his frustration, but called a timeout to get his young guys in, and then he just told him he doesn't need the full time of the timeout. He just wants to get them in. And Rooker coming into the game, and Carson Ash is going to stay out there with him, and Carlos Artiega as the senior leaders out there with those freshmen. Price. Valuable experience, Coach, though, either way you look at it for these freshmen.
Yes,
both
absolutely.
Nights.
Well, and then they're going to have their moments here. They're going to great pieces to these next 4 years. So definitely good learning experience the last two nights for those youngsters.
And they're going to pull it out. I think this will be just about it. It was a quick one, too. It's only 7:09. So.
Feels weird to be done at a little after 7 here without the JV
Well,
games.
it feels weird to only stream one quarter.
Yeah.
And to start the stream when we're down and not happy with no one in it. We're not going to hide the fact that nobody in this gym is Wes-Del fans happy tonight, but our boys still came out here and competed and did what they had to do. They'll get it They'll get back in the gym this week. They'll get recollected. They got a big weekend next weekend, Wapahani, at Wapahani, and then they come back with Daleville. And that's a boy-girl doubleheader. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be back here and see what we have. We're going to take a short break here audio-wise, leave the video up. And if you're with us and you want to stay with us, we'll probably have Coach Dowling. And Coach Hanson's going to break down some of the stats here. And then I don't know that we'll have a player tonight. If we do, we do. So we'll be back here in just about, give us a minute or two here to collect our thoughts and get Coach and everybody around on the Wes-Del Sports Network. All right, folks, we're back here. We're back with Coach Hanson, and he has our stats. So fire them up. Let's hear what we got. Well, how do we do?
Well, let's start off with, like we talked about earlier, we didn't really shoot it well tonight from the three-point line. We were 2 of 13 as a team, so only
that hurts.
15%. Yeah, that's one of our strengths night in and night out, with Joel and with Evan and Eric and our guard play. So as far as individual, Evan Weitzel led us tonight with 15, and he was a bright spot offensively. He was actually 6 for 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. So Evan actually hit,
and that's before he got hurt.
Yeah, he actually hit the 2 threes.
Yeah.
Joel 8 points. Eric Harlan 8 points. Zach Todd had a rough night offensively. He was 1 for 7 from the field. So we had 3 points and 7 rebounds. But like we talked about, he definitely had rough week. He's in and out of practice, I know, a little bit, and beat up a lot. So last night dislocated a finger. So,
yeah,
give the kid credit for getting through and being out there to compete and still makes plays out there that's going to help our team win. But offensively tonight, I think as a collective group, just struggle a little bit. And
it was probably one of our more difficult ones so far this year offensively.
Yeah, and I think that you got to give Monroe Central a little bit of credit there. Their guards matched up defensively, can kind of disrupt things, and then from a game standpoint, they got off that first quarter they got going, and they were actually 10 of 21 from 3-point line, so for almost 50%. So high school basketball,
and that's the one thing we talked about right off the bat was, even though I knew, I was working on other things, but it was easy to tell what was happening right off the bat, and it was that they were moving the ball quickly, and they were also finding the open guy and getting good quality shots. I think you saw most of that. Those were quality shots, and they hit them. And I think you're getting ready to say, in Indiana high school basketball, if you come out and you shoot well, it's a big difference. And for us to get down 9-0 early, I think also second night this weekend, another MEC matchup, and last night was nice, but it wasn't really the tune-up you wanted going into Monroe Central probably. I think if Coach really had to say so. No disrespect to Union, but it just didn't get you prepared for what they came out. And that run right off the bat, they came out firing on all cylinders. And I don't think we ever got the ability to really match that.
No, I mean, and like I said, you got when you shoot it well, that opens up other stuff too. Yep. And I think you saw that tonight as the game got going. They set the tone by hitting a few shots, which we adjust, and then they get their inside.
But
game.
It was a physical game, and we want that.
Yeah,
I mean, typically we want that. Now I'll give them credit; they pound for pound they get out physical us a little bit there, and especially in the second quarter, I noticed that it seemed like they were on the boards well too. But you factor in some things that you have to think of if you're a Warrior fan. One, you've got some guys that are banged up. You had a whole JV team quarantined this week, so your practices were completely different. And you never make excuses, but there were differences this week that didn't get you prepared as much as you would like to be prepared. Hopefully, JV guys are back. They should be.
Yep.
Hopefully we stay away from some of this. And you really want to go in and be competitive against Wapahoney and Daleville. And this team's looking to come out with 2 wins next weekend, and I think they're capable of doing so. I know last night, I don't know what the schedule was tonight for Wapahoney, but I know last night they lost a heartbreaker to LaPel on a last-second 3, and that's got to be tough on them. So they're probably going to get back into the practice facility and get things figured out also. But, and Daleville's – the thing about the MEC is it's one of those conferences where any night anybody can do anything. You look at last year when we played Wapahoney. We went into that game, and people didn't expect us to even really be within 10 points of that, and we ended up going to overtime and beating them. And that can happen anywhere. So you can't take MEC opponents lightly. And Monroe Central's one right here that this is a good basketball team. You said that really before we went on the air. I looked at you and I said, kind of give me an update of what's going on. And he goes, he looked at me and he said, well, no discredit to Monroe Central. They're a solid team. They've come out to a big lead here.
Yeah, they were 1-2 coming in tonight, but that's going to be the thing is records are going to be a little deceiving in things this year. You don't know who was out. You don't know who was out quarantined. There could be a nightly thing where, you might be missing a player or two and different things. So I don't know, enough about it to know if they, had some guys out or whatnot. But, and like you said, that's why we play them. That's why we play 20-some games. Unfortunately, some nights you don't have your best. And like I said, Coach is going to do a good job with learning from it and getting back in the gym and preparing for the next one. So that's part of high school sports is learning to looks like we got Coach here snuck up behind us here, Coach Dowling.
Coach Dowling's behind us. It might be easier tonight if we can set that up for him. I don't know if he can bend down here.
I was going to say, or whatever's
or we can give him the headset. I
can do that too.
Let's see. Hey, we can give you this. Folks, he was just trying to – the man was trying to get over a wire.
No, you can stay up there.
Here, we give it to you.
Yeah, you can just stand.
To you. You just stand up there and here.
He's coming off an injury. Not only is players banged up, we got coaches banged up.
Coach is really banged up. Plug that thing in for him. Here, I'll get it. He's got to be able to hear, folks. Talk into that thing up there.
Test, can you hear me?
You're
now?
here. Yeah, we can hear you. Heck yeah. Crowd's at home, happy to hear you.
You can hear
hey,
us.
The first thing I'm going to tell you, actually, I'll get you there in a minute. I know there's somebody you'll want to talk to in a minute. And that'll stretch. You'll be good. All right, Coach. First things first. They came out firing on all cylinders, man. They were hitting shots, and we didn't quite respond. Would that be a good assessment right there early?
Yeah, I would agree completely. We knew they could come out and shoot the ball. The Jones boy and all on board, good shooters, good guard play. We talked about that early in the game, and they came out ready to go. And when someone's hot like that, you got to challenge them, and I don't think we did that tonight. We kind of played a little more passive than we normally do. You know, it's a tough game. You score 100 points last night. You come back, and sometimes those legs aren't where they need to be, and we didn't hit some of those early shots and dug ourselves a hole, and we really never got out of that.
And we talked about that, and we said no disrespect to Union and what we had last night, but that really wasn't a good test going into what we were going to see tonight. You talk about two completely different styles of teams and how physical tonight was. And we typically want it to be physical, but there were some times where we weren't happy with a few calls. They weren't happy with a few calls, but also we just physically didn't respond as much I don't think the coaching staff saw the response from our guys physically that we wanted to see either. Was that part of it?
Absolutely. I agree completely. Sometimes you got to raise your game when you're playing a good team. You've got to rise to the occasion, the challenge, and we didn't do that. We came back, and against a good team, good guards, you can't play passive, and you can't let the officials, the other stuff, the calls not going your way, the shots not falling to get in your head. You got to be mentally tough, and we struggle with that sometimes. When we get down, sometimes we have a hard time of bouncing back, and it's a make a shot, get a stop. Make a shot, get a stop. There is no 10-point shot. You've got to get back into it one possession at a time, and we've got to get better at that.
Well, we could really not a whole lot we can rehash on this one. The folks, we had a lot of trouble, so they didn't get in until the fourth quarter, so they didn't get a chance to see everything that happened, and probably that happened to us.
Man, I wish I'd have been part of that part of it.
That happened to us in football at Eastern Hancock, and actually people were like, well, that worked our favor. We didn't see those 30 points at the beginning of the game.
Yes.
But anyway, moving forward, you got a big week. You got to get back in the lab, basically, and get things figured out because you have Wapahani at Wapahani, which is an incredibly difficult place to play. And then you back that up with a home boy-girl with Daleville, which is a huge rival of ours. So another MEC. So basically, we have to just say tonight was tonight. Maybe take tomorrow to think about it, but you better be back in here Monday ready to go.
Yeah, we do. We need to get healthy a little bit. We've got some guys banged up, so we'll work through that. I think everybody will be ready to go next week, and it is two tough ones. Wapahani, I'm sure, is remembering that lost to us last year, and so that they're going to be laying for us. And we've got to be again mentally tough, ready to go. And the Daleville game is always a great matchup, and regardless of what our records are, it's always a game that's a gut check for both teams.
I mean, I can just think in the last few years, it's always come down to a close one. I mean, I can still remember 2 or 3 years ago they threw one in that beat us, almost from half court and was a heartbreaker. And we've done the same thing back to them, and it's going to be a good one. And it'll be boy-girl doubleheader. We're excited for that. So that's next week. Last few things I want to talk about here with you, Coach, is this. Are you on the mend? And everybody kind of heard last night about the incident kind of in detail, but you got 10 stitches in that knee, and where are you at right now?
Well, I talked to Tony. He was able to put me back together. He said it would have killed most men.
Yep.
But for me,
not you.
Just a little bit of a limp there, and in a week or two I'll be back to my normal physical self.
You are modeling for those kids a little bit of toughness right there.
A little bit of tough. You got to step up.
Yeah.
When things are going the wrong way, you got to step up, man up, and go. So no worries.
No worries about Coach Dowling.
No,
he's ready to roll.
No.
Last thing I'm going to tell you is there's a special lady that always watches. I'm sure you want to say hi to her in the chat. She's on there right now, and that's our good friend Mary Helen Bink. And we wish she was here, but if you want to say hi to her, I'll give you a chance.
Mary Helen was the best at everything that she did here at Wes-Del. And I tell Bob and Slopsman when they keep book, it's not even close to what Mary Helen did.
No.
I mean, she didn't, the JV scores don't was in there, what year the kids are that playing for next year. I mean, she did it all. She was an all-star. I've said it many times, if I wasn't happily married to my wife, Mary Helen I would be dating, and
not even a question.
It would be a wonderful thing. So.
Not even a question. We love her, we miss her, but she's in every game, watching every single one of them. So
I'm sure she is. We miss her, wish her the best, and hope she has a very Merry Christmas.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go. We appreciate you coming up here. We know that Coach McLaughlin has the radio tonight, and we always love talking to Coach Dowling, though. So thank you for your time, and get back in the practice facility, and let's get 2 wins next weekend.
We'll do that. Before I go, I just want to thank you guys for doing this. The community is really appreciative of this, I can tell you, and being a parent of a student here during football and basketball, this thing is awesome, and what you guys do, giving your time and giving back. You guys do this out of the goodness of your heart, and I don't know if enough people tell you appreciate it, but I do. And as a corporate sponsor, this is what it's about. Doing things in 2020 is tough, and you guys are making these kids an experience for them, and I just can't thank both of you enough for everything you do.
Well, we appreciate you, and we appreciate that Star Financial corporate sponsorship, so thank you.
You bet.
And we'll see you next week, Coach.
All right, see you guys. Thanks a lot.
That was Coach Dowling, and we had a great opportunity to sit down and talk with him, and he kind of explained it to you folks. We apologize. There's not a whole lot more to talk about tonight. We apologize for technical difficulties, and we will make sure and ensure that doesn't happen again for you. But you did get to see a little bit of Wes-Del basketball tonight. Didn't go our way. Coach, anything to add?
No, got 2 big ones next week, so I think we talked about that. And
that's the way to roll, absolutely. So I always appreciate sitting next to you, and what we'll do next week is at some point maybe Stafford will go on the road Friday night because I won't be with you on Saturday.
That's right.
You have a special guest.
Special guest.
Folks, set your reminder.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to tell you is, if you will, hit that subscribe button, because I believe we are almost at 300 subscribers, and I don't know what celebratory thing we'll do when we hit 300 subscribers, but we'll do something. And then the other thing I forgot to mention, because I wasn't in the game, if anybody's listening, is we have decided, we've talked to Coach, we are going to do an elementary mask contest, designing Coach McLaughlin's masks. And we're going to try to maybe go with 3 winners, and then Coach is going to wear those at a home game, and we're going to try to tell who the winners were and a picture of that right here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. So we'll try to get that set up along with our sponsorship program. Should be coming out soon. So those are a few things for Coach Hansen. I appreciate his time, his effort with us, and hanging on with me tonight. We are sorry we lost the first 3 quarters, but we got you the 4th. So for him and for me, from Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium, we'll see you next week here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.